blew herself up during that raid at the apartment. She is believed to be a relative of Abdelhamid Abouad, the mastermind behind the attacks on Friday. Nikita Malik is a senior researcher at the Quilliam Foundation, where she focuses on female radicals. She's joining us this morning from London. Thanks very much for being on our program this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Can you begin by explaining why women are drawn to militant groups like ISIS?
ISIS has a range of promises that it gives to women, including that of empowerment, of deliverance, participation, and piety. So that is part of what we do in our foundation, is to analyze the content that ISIS releases online and code it, really, in terms of what people would find appealing if they were to interact with this propaganda. And so our latest report is looking at exactly this. What is it in ISIS propaganda that attracts women in particular? Though propaganda is used for both men and women, sometimes the promises to women are very different from that to men.
It's hard to know exactly what happened during that raid, if that woman was already wearing the vest, if she donned the vest when police approached. But could you hazard a guess what her role was during that intense period with police storming the apartment?
Sure. So propaganda that has been released by ISIS before, it makes it very clear that women are not to participate in any violence. Their role is more to stay within the home and be the mothers of the next generation of cubs, or to be the wives of fighters, but not to be fighters themselves. So what we're seeing happening here is very unique, because the one clause for this, the one condition, is if a woman feels under threat, she can use any means possible to fight against disbelievers. So that is precisely what has happened here. I think what happened was the woman was under threat from kuffar, disbelievers, and so that was what incentivized her to then commit this act and has made her a martyr in the process.
We hear a lot about young men being radicalized. What about young women? Are they as malleable as men are?
I think they are as malleable as men, but I think the approaches are a bit different. Mostly it tends to be female-to-female conversations about logistics of how to get to Islamic State and what life will be like there. Men-to-women conversations tend to be more romantic in nature, because a lot of women are very well aware that what awaits them in the caliphate is marriage to a fighter. And then I always get a lot of questions as to why women would want to go and join a barbaric movement such as Islamic State, and that's because it's also very theologically driven. So they feel that what they're doing is theologically mandated, and they're justified in doing something like this because it will promise them a better afterlife.
And is there any part of it from your research that indicates women are doing this under duress, that they're being forced into this?
No, actually, I haven't. I could be wrong, but I read quite a bit. I read quite a lot of propaganda as well, and it seems that this is a very active choice on the part of women. One could argue that they're very young, and so perhaps they're vulnerable, but they're as vulnerable as young men. And the decision to get on a plane and go and join a movement like this is very. They feel very empowered in doing it. In fact, they feel it's justified. And what we find with foreign recruits is that many of them will go to ISIS and then recruit others. They're used as an example to others of that it's a possible journey and in fact a valued one.
To ask us a question or to find out more about the Quilliam Foundation and the work we are doing to counter extremism, please follow us on Facebook and Twitter or visit our website.